What's up, Game Changers? It's your boy TJ, aka Mr. Game Changer, and welcome to the GameChangerzPodcast. This is episode 54. Yep, episode 54, man. Welcome. Back with a new episode, and the NFL is back. The NFL football is back. I know last episode we talked about the Chiefs and the Lions week 1, but we got a full week of basketball, and I know I took Wednesday off, but we here today, and we gonna talk about them past Sunday games and also the games to come. So let's start with the NFL. Let's start straight off. Week 1. We got the Bengals versus Browns, and I'm gonna just go down and eventually I'm going to get to the Bears and Justin Fields, because I know I came in here and I was riding for them. Like you would thought that I was on the team with them. I'm riding with the Bears, and I'm going to continue to ride with the Bears, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Browns versus Bengals. This surprised me a little bit, but I don't think Joe Burrow is 100%. And honestly, the Browns, to be honest with you, watching all of these games and some of the highlights of the games I missed, in the NFL, I believe the big takeaway from week 1, I didn't even go down the list yet, is offensive lines and defensive lines. Now, we know the special position, the receivers, the running backs, the quarterbacks, they gonna get their numbers, but it has been a big difference in the NFL, from my opinion, with the offensive lines and the defensive lines. And I think going down into the thick of things in the season is gonna depend on, is your offense and defensive line healthy? That's gonna be the question, because they can both hurt you and both help you in significant ways. Really, a lot of the times, the offensive line, and I'm gonna talk about that when it comes to the Bears. I think the Browns' defensive line, Myles Garrett, I think they have something with that. Plus, they got Deshaun Watson on the other side coming back. He got to get his legs under him, but I think he's gonna come back and do some special things for that team. So, this was a little surprising, but when I look back at the game as a whole, it's not really that surprising anymore. The Browns may be a big deal. Ravens versus Texans, I kind of predicted that, because Texans, they got a rookie quarterback. The Ravens are experienced. Odell Beckham didn't do as much as I thought he was going to do in the first game, but he has to get his rhythm under him. I'm pretty sure people are still double teaming him. I need to go back, watch some film on that, see if they was. But I'm pretty sure Odell Beckham is going to get some double teams. Like, that's Odell. Like, we all know what he is capable of doing. So he's on one of my fantasy teams too. So that's why I say that. But the Ravens, easy dub. Buccaneers versus Vikings. This surprised me a little bit. Baker Mayfield, he showed his toughness. He got out, but honestly, either of those teams didn't play well first week. Like, it's week 1, and we expect great games all around the board, but some of these teams did not have super great games, to be honest with you, and the Vikings were one of them. So the Buccaneers definitely slipped one, but I think they'll be good going forward during the season, but they just lost to the Eagles. What was that, Monday? Yep. What was that, Monday Night Football, right? Yep. Monday Night Football, they lost against the Eagles. The Eagles just came from the Super Bowl, so I didn't think they were going to win. But 0-2 Vikings, can they bounce back? I think they can, because we not finna have maybe the Lions, but we not finna have the freaking Packers win their division. I just won't believe that. Even though they did beat the Bears. Let me skip to that. Where's the Bears? Packers and Bears 38-20. Let me get back to that. The offensive line and defensive line. Our offensive line it looked horrible against the Packers. They were just getting anything they want. Um it was a statistic where it said Justin Fields, he got pressured like 53% of the time, and that other percentage he was like 16 for 22 with only 3 drop passes from the receivers. So it wasn't a Justin Fields problem. It wasn't really, I mean, some of it was the offense. I feel like the offensive plays could have been better, but that O-line is going to kill us. If our quarterback can't throw the ball and he has to scramble, use his legs, I mean, we want Justin Fields to use his legs, but at the same time, we don't want him to use his legs every play. He dropping back 2 seconds. Is somebody in his face. He got to dart this way, dart that way, spin, throw, fade, throw. He can't fade, throw every play. He's capable of that, but come on, bro. Come on. So I think this week 1 games and going forward is offensive and defensive lines. Like I just said with the Browns, their defensive line is very good. Jaguars, Colts. I expected the Colts to do better, but the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence, I think they got something. I think they can win 7-8 games, maybe even more. The Cardinals and the Commanders, I mean, it was an okay game. I'm not fond of either of these teams, but the Commanders, I think I thought they were going to win anyway. You know, I feel like they have a better team than the Cardinals. The Cardinals is definitely taking a step back this year. The Panthers versus the Falcons. I think the Falcons are dark horse. And I think I said this last year, but I don't think they're a team people want to play, to be honest with you. I don't think they're a team people want to play. I think their secondary and the defense is underrated. So look out for the Falcons. Look out for the Falcons this year. 49ers, Steelers. I don't know why when I was on FanDuel, I picked this as an upset because Kenny Pickett, like, you know, I got a little bit of faith in him this season, but the 49ers are them. And this game reminded me that they are them, like, for real. They might only lose like 4 games, and that's it. So whenever you see 49ers against anybody, Brock Purdy, he a great quarterback for them. I mean, you know, maybe he's not the best option in the league, but he's the best option for them right now. So, hey, Brock Purdy, yeah, keep leading the charge. They got Nick Bosa on the other side. Yeah, the 49ers are a real deal. Titans, Saints. Saints is another dark horse. They won 16-15. It wasn't a great game for either, though. When I was watching the highlights, I was like, man, what's going on right now? Like 16-15. Even though I believe they're a dark horse, that wasn't a good game. Another team that started slow. Broncos, Raiders, another game that I was like, I thought was going to go the Broncos' way. It just didn't. Like, it's been a lot of slow starting games. Slow, like, teams are really, you know, they starting slow. It's week 1. So week 2, I expect these numbers to be a little bit higher. The game scores to be a little higher. I expect the teams to play better. So week 2, expect these teams to play better. If you betting on these teams who will win, week 1 was a toss-up. I think I only made 2 bets, and I lost both. So, hey, week 1 is really a toss-up. Like I said, Eagles, Patriots. The Patriots, another dark horse. The Patriots are another dark horse, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like they're decent. But the Eagles, they're, like I said, just went to the Super Bowl. They just beat the Vikings on Monday night, so they know how to win. They just have to fix a few things as far as because, like I said, offensive and defensive line. Both their offense and defensive line is very good. Very good. So I think that the Eagles have not what many teams have, what many teams strive to have. I mean, they gotta work on their plays offensively, how they're gonna facilitate getting Brown and the other receiver the ball. I can't think of his last name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The two top receivers, because Monday Night Football, Brown, he came up to Justin Fields. They had a couple words like, hey, give me the motherfucking ball. Like, I'm only 3 catches for like 20 yards. Like, what's happening? Can I get the ball? And then the next few plays, he was throwing him the ball. They threw him the ball. Then it was a penalty. Holding, had to come back, threw the ball again. It could have been a pass interference, but it was really a bang play. So it's like, they gotta fix up some things. But I think the Eagles are the real deal. And honestly, they low key my pick to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm not gonna lie. They been there last year, and Jalen Hurts know what it takes, and I think they're extra motivated. So you hearing it first. Like, going into week 2, I think the Eagles can get it done this year. What we got? The Rams and the Seahawks. I thought the Seahawks was gonna do better, but Matthew Stafford, he can still throw the ball. I think their offensive coordinator for the Rams did well this game. The Seahawks definitely were a little disappointing, but I don't think that I think they'll bounce back. They probably won't be a playoff team, but I think they'll be a little bit more competitive. The Dolphins and the Chargers. Wow. Tua, probably one of the best games, if not the best game of week 1. For real. Like, Tua, he was throwing that thing. Tyreek Hill is that man. I'm not gonna lie. When they say he should be a 99 on Madden, he should. That boy. And they kept, what they do is, which I saw clips after, because I watched the game, and then I see certain clips from the game that you might have missed. They have him running like in motion, so they'll say hi, or get the defense to jump off, and then give him a little hand signal, have him in motion already, so when they hike the ball, he already running, and by the time he gets to this spot, he already at top speed. You can't guard him, so they basically giving Tyreek Hill a head start. I love them plays, because he's going to be excellent on his plays, because 95%, I'll give y'all 90%. Let's say 90% of the backfields in the NFL cannot catch Tyreek Hill if he already has a running start. Let's just be real. He's that fast, and he can catch the ball. He could do it, man. He could do a lot of things to that team. So shout out to Tua. Shout out to the Dolphins. Even though they are a good team, I still consider them as a dark horse, because I don't see them on too many people's radars to win the Super Bowl. So I think they're definitely a dark horse, just staying healthy. Offensive and defensive line staying healthy. I think their defensive line is pretty decent from what I've seen. So, offensive and defensive line, if they stay healthy, I think any team with health in those areas will have a great chance, bro. Like I said with the Bears and Packers, Jordan Love, he definitely showed something, but I'm not giving up on the Bears. I'm not giving up on Justin Fields. I know I said he coming this his year, and I still believe that. He just needs time to throw the ball. Offensive line, and in this next game against the Buccaneers, if the offensive line don't do good against the Buccaneers defensive line, nothing against their line, but y'all should beat the Buccaneers. Like, Bears organization, y'all should beat the Buccaneers. I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest. Cowboys, Giants, 40-0. Wow. 40-0. I mean, I shouldn't be saying wow, but wow in the aspect of, I think the Cowboys are a real deal too. And they're just a dark horse, because every year is yin and yang. So the Cowboys fans say, this is our year, and then everybody else say, No, it's not. So it's always been that yin and yang. So the only reason I say they're a dark horse, even though they're a really good team, like defense is top five. Dak Prescott, if he stays healthy, plays well, make the right reads, make the right decisions, I think the sky's the limit for this team. I think they're Super Bowl ready. They're definitely Super Bowl ready, but it all depends on Dak Prescott. Like I said before, you can only do three major things to like significantly change the team, and that's get a new GM, get a new coach, or get a new quarterback. Jerry Jones, he's not going nowhere. Like I said, they got rid of the coach, got a new coach, and now the quarterback has to show up, or they're gonna get rid of Dak. So hey, it's championship or bust for Dak. I ain't gonna lie. And if they make it to the Super Bowl, I'm not gonna. I'm be honest with you. The only way he keeping his job is it if he make it to the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be strictly honest with you. If they don't make it to the Super Bowl, they looking for a new quarterback in the draft. And Shadur Sanders, Shadur. You feel me? Got that rolling in my wish, put it in your face. Like, yeah, Shadur Sanders. We got a lot. Caleb Williams. We got a lot of quarterbacks. This quarterback class that's coming out is great. So, Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Dak. Come on now. It's Super Bowl or bust. Come on now. You got quarterbacks coming out of college that's looking like they pro ready now. You better get it together or they going to look for your replacement. That's just it, for real. Bills, Jets. The Jets really pulled that out. They really pulled that out, and I really feel bad for the organization, for Aaron Rodgers, even though I am a Bears fan and he once was a Packers quarterback. I still feel bad for them, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We want, like, as a fan, you want to see it for competition. So like he running out with the flag, bro, them lights going on and off, bro. I'm like, bro, this finna be a game. Like, we thought the Dolphins and the Chargers was a good game. Oh, this finna be a great game. But what, third, fourth play of the game, that Achilles, that he even knew it. That's why I think he threw the ball. As soon as he went down, come on. Oh, not now, because sometimes I think, like, even when Kobe tore his Achilles on that play against Klay Thompson, I think he knew. He got up. I think he knew. He felt some, like, tear, snap, season ending. And he's 39 going into 40. A lot of people think that he probably won't be able to play again at a high level, but I disagree. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to come back, and he's going to come back with a vengeance. I think he's going to play to at least 42. I think he's going to earn another maybe 1 year contract extension from the Jets after he comes back next season and puts them in playoff contention. I'm saying it right now. He's going to come back next season, and they're going to be in the playoffs. So I think, and he had surgery, I think, the next day. And I think that rehab going back, the same surgeon that did Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady did Aaron Rodgers. So I think he's going to come back, and I think he's going to play well. So I'm not too worried about this. It just sucks. It sucks, really. You don't want to ever see a top-tier quarterback, a top-tier player in this league go down like that, bro. You just don't. Pertaining to the game, though, the Jets held their own. They beat the Bills. Honestly, the Bills, they got a lot to think about. Stephon Diggs, I think he already has 1 foot out the door. But honestly, you wouldn't be able to tell because he's been super professional. He's been catching the ball. He's been doing his job for his team, bro. So even though I do think he still has 1 foot out the door, he still wants to leave. It doesn't look like it, bro. It really doesn't look like he's a true professional. Shout out to Stephon Diggs, but they have to get that together. That defense for the Jets held them to 16 points. defensive line versus offensive line. That defensive line was taking care of business. And I think that's the whole thing. Defensive line and offensive line. Are you healthy? Who's beating who? When y'all betting, when y'all making these bets, the first thing I want y'all to look at for these teams, how is their defensive line and offensive line? Because that's, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this because like I'm a big proponent of the eye test. So when I'm seeing these things transpiring on the line, like, you feel me, people getting off the blocks, how they getting off the blocks, are you blocking for your quarterback, are you getting past the offensive line to get to the quarterback? I'm watching these things, and this is the first thing I'm looking at if I'm betting any money, to be honest with you, especially this weekend. If I'm putting down any money, I'm looking at the offensive and defensive line first. I think y'all should do that too. Going into week 2, my predictions: Ravens versus Bengals. I'm taking the Ravens. And this is just a quick run through of my picks. Seahawks versus Lions. I think the Lions are the real deal. The Lions. Colts versus Texans. Colts get their first win. The Texans, I don't think they're going to win more than 6 games. Bears versus Bucks. I'm taking Bears. I think they're gonna have a bounce back game. If they don't, I'm really gonna have to come in here next Wednesday and have a real talk, because we shouldn't be starting 0-2 at all. We not the Vikings, all right? You feel me? And I think we better than the Packers, even though we just lost to the Packers. I don't know if we better than the Lions, but I think we're better than the Packers, bro. I think we're better than that. Chiefs versus Jaguars. I think that's gonna be a great game. A few of these may be upsets, so just real quick, I seen Travis Kelce in practice today, so that may be a big difference. I'm going Chiefs. Packers versus Falcons. I think hard nose. I'm gonna pick Falcons. They are my dark horse. So if you're thinking about an upset, I think the Falcons will do it. I'm picking the Falcons. Raiders versus Bills. I think the Bills bounce back, beat the Raiders. Chargers versus Titans. I think the Chargers bounce back and beat the Titans. I don't think the Titans will be as good as people think, and Tannehill will probably be out of a job coming next year. Like I said, these quarterbacks that's coming out of college, you got to look real hard. If I'm a GM, I'm looking at my quarterback right now. We starting 2-0, 3, not 2-0, 0-2, 0-3. I'm looking at these college quarterbacks and thinking like, all right, we starting this. Are we going to be able to make the playoffs, or should we just start to tank? You feel me? And I don't know how teams would do that. Maybe replace a quarterback. I don't know how that really works, tanking in the NFL. Maybe I know how it works for really bad teams, but I think the Titans are a mediocre team, so I don't know how a mediocre team who can potentially make the playoffs but may not be their year, how they will go about tanking. But maybe y'all need to think about that. If y'all lose against the Chargers, which I think y'all will. 49ers against the Rams, I'm taking the 49ers. Cardinals against the Giants, I think the Giants bounce back with the win. Jets versus Cowboys, I think the Cowboys take that. One of the best teams in the league, in my opinion. Broncos, Commanders, I think the Broncos come back. Russell Wilson, I think he's going to have a great game. Dolphins versus Patriots, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Maybe an upset. Even though I just talked about the Dolphins playing very well, the Patriots, they got something because they scored more points the last game than I thought they was going to score. So it's something definitely in the Patriots. So I'm going to take the upset, Patriots over Dolphins. Saints, Panthers. We have 2 Monday night football games. That's different. Saints versus Panthers, I'm taking Saints. Browns versus Steelers, I'm taking Browns. That's my week 2. That's my Game Changers week 2 NFL picks. Yep. But yeah, moving off of the NFL, we going to the VMAs. Going to the VMAs. Nicki Minaj reminded us that she is still the queen. I'm gonna keep saying this. I don't think that record by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion Bongos is very good. I mean, it visually, if that's what y'all want to show the people, I mean, y'all doing it. Y'all showing the booty. Y'all showing the visuals. It's very bright, a lot of colors. Y'all look good, but when I seen Nicki Minaj on that stage, as far as, because I know all the girlies is beefing. I heard Ice Spice, a lot. I heard is basically everybody against Nicki, basically, and Nicki showed out. Did y'all know Nicki Minaj can sing? Maybe I'm new to the party, but I listen to her. She has singing records, but when I listen to her live, I'm like, okay, got a little bit of a pipe. You feel me? So she rapping like she rap. Y'all thought these other bitches gonna beat me? They wanna duplicate me. Like, Nicki Minaj is who she is. She always has been, like, ever since back in the day with Wayne and Drake. You feel me? Like, she really showed me that, oh, she's still a queen of this. Like, Nicki Minaj, she got an album coming out. And I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be some singing on there because she did some records at the VMAs on there. But I think that it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be some real rapping on there. I think it's gonna be some nice songs on there. I think she won the VMA. She looked good. So that's all I got from the VMAs. I took Nicki Minaj is still the queen. Y'all can do y'all collabs. Y'all can come together, make these. I'm not saying that Cardi B, all these people, Lotto, Ice Spice ain't got the hits. But as far as longevity, bars, fan base, music, like, she's been number one, making number one hits for years. Like, I'm not saying she's necessarily going on a Drake run, but she's the Drake of female rap. So it's like, she can come out anytime. The Barbs is going to support her. The Barbs going to go crazy for her. So we know her album week 1 first sales going to be over 500K. If it's not, I'll be surprised. I'm telling you right now, I'll be surprised if she don't do 500,000 sales in the first week or above that, bro. That's what I took from the VMAs. I ain't really got too much on the VMAs because I was out of town for work in DC at this conference for Trio. It was really nice. I met some new people. Shout out to all the counselors around the world helping these kids, man. That was just a little sidebar, but shout out to y'all. Don't quit, because staying on music, it was some music that dropped today. And speaking of work, I just I'm not gonna lie, I had a hard day yesterday. Like, and I think it was because of the lack of sleep. And you know how people be saying, oh, I don't sleep, or you feel me, like, sleep is for the broke. I get up at 4 a.m., might not go to sleep till like 1, and then get back at 4 a.m. every day. Kudos to y'all. Me personally, I cannot function like that, and it really showed. Like, I really had to just, like the last hour, how, like, you having a long day and that last hour is dragging on, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I was like, bro, I am exhausted, and I don't feel like listening to these people, my coworkers. I don't feel like listening to them and what they trying to say right now. Like, I know everything that I need to do. If I have any questions, I'm a ask. But even sometimes when I be asking questions, they be like I really, and I don't want to get too much into this because that's like, I want to keep it strictly, I want to stay to sports and the mute, but I'm connecting this to the music aspect of me driving home. But, like, if somebody asks you a question, I'm the type of person that is going to answer your question no matter like how many times that I said it or how many times it brought up. So if somebody says something to like answer a question that you have for me later, I'm not going to be like, that was said earlier. Why didn't you know that? You get what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh yeah, this is that is this. And then if they ask another question that was probably stated earlier, or just ask any question, I'm open to answering any questions to anybody. That's where the patience comes with me. But just working in corporate America, like, I really can't be like fake, bro. I cannot. But at the same time, I need to be. You feel me? Because it's not fake, but I really need to turn it on and turn it off. In the sense of, I need to turn on this persona of, this is work TJ. It's not even TJ. This Taiwan. You feel me? Because TJ is my nickname, but Taiwan is my real name. I'm a need to be Taiwan at work. Like, I'm going to need to hit a fake smile here and there, even though I that's not me. I'm not the person to fake smile in your face. I'm not here for that. If you say something, I'm a be real with you and keep it a buck. I'm not finna be mean, but when patience is not being reciprocated, then it's like, okay, I got patience for whatever was going on with you, or whatever questions you had, or if you were in a situation where you didn't know something and you was in the dark about something. Hey, I'm always here. I'm always helpful. So my patience is there, but your patience is not there, bro. I'm not keying with people, bro, but I have to. If that makes sense. I have to now, because I'm really trying to progress in life, and yesterday was hard, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, 2023 is one of the hardest years of my life, bro. I'm sitting here, I'm giving y'all this content, but at the same time, bro, it's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy coming in here week after week. That's why I was really off, because I was in DC the last episode, but it is hard sometimes, bro. Life is hard. And I think y'all know that. I'm just saying, so connecting it back to the new music that dropped, I was driving home from work and I needed to play something to get me just get me right. So I turned on P. Diddy album. P. Diddy album is great. It's great, but it just wasn't for me at the moment. I'm definitely going to turn back and listen to it, but from the first 4 or 5 songs that I heard, it sounds really good. It sounds like R&B is back. It sounds like I'm a get a quick dance break in here. Like, come on. I might Diddy bop, you feel me? But I had to turn that off. I went to the new Drake single. It's cool. It wasn't for me at the moment. I might go back, but when I go back, I think I'm going to think the same thing. I really want to hear rapping Drake. And I know we heard that on his last album with 21 Savage, but I want to hear Drake by himself rapping. If he gives me like Fire and Desire on the album, I'm not going to be mad. If you have my love, like, but I still want to hear him rap. So the record with SZA was cool. It was cool. But I don't know. It just wasn't hidden. So I switched from that. I went to Cleo Soul. I was bopping that. I was going through that. And you feel me? And y'all probably saying, dang, you going through all this music. How long is your ride home? It ain't that long, but I kind of made it long because I wasn't going as fast as I used. Like, I was cruising. I wasn't in no rush to get home because, like, had a long day, bro. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Woke up 3 a.m., took my girl to the airport. You feel me? Like, stayed up, was cleaning the house. But that was my fault. That's my fault. I'm not the type, like I said, I'm not the type to wake up 4 a.m., go to sleep at 1 a.m., wake back up every day. No, I need sleep. I need sleep. Me personally, that's what I learned from this whole situation. I need sleep. So I turned on the new Cleo Soul album. I love it. I love it, bro. Because like just her voice, I'm gonna go back and listen to it in a different instance, but it just wasn't giving me what I needed at the moment, which was like a chill vibe, but also just like going like cruising, sun starting to come down, but it's still in the sky a little bit, about 5-6 o'clock. But then I turn on this Nas album. And what does it do for me? It does everything I needed to do. Magic 3 was magic. Nas. Let me just say this, bro. I don't even have to get into the album, into the track list. I don't even need to get into that. Just know I was 7 songs in, bro. Nas. I know this is because he did his trilogies, his King Disease 1, 2, and 3, and then Magic 1, 2, and 3. Nas, I need you to continue to make music with Hit Boy, please. I know this may be y'all last album or whatever, but before you retire, at least do one more. Because Magic 3 is what I needed to hear, and it's not only what I needed to hear at that moment, it is probably... I'm only 7 songs in, bro, but it's probably one of the best albums of the year. Drake, you need to come with it because Nas has been coming with it for the past 2 years. King Disease 3, I just listened to it. It was great, but this Magic, the sonically, the bars, Nas, he should win another Grammy, bro. He should win another Grammy. If he is not nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year, even Album of the Year, it just came out yesterday. It just came out, and I'm saying this. And I may be a little bit on it, you feel me, like advocating for it because I was feeling a certain way. I was tired. I was exhausted. And this really like put me on cruise control. I was in the car like, man, this is like, it's really some heat on there. I can't even give you specific songs right now. But go listen to the album. That's all I got to say. Go listen to the Nas album, please. Please, 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 please. 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 I'm telling you something. If you don't go listen to no other album this year. Friday's last album, the artist Friday, is called Friday. Go listen to that album. But this Nas album will be on repeat for the next few weeks. I mean, and sometimes I be running songs into the ground, so I need, because it could be like once I hear it again, it's like, oh, I heard this so many times I don't want to hear it. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. I'ma pace myself, but at the same time, like Nas, this album is gonna be on repeat, bro. Until maybe Drake put out his album, but this album is definitely gonna be on repeat. But switching to some sports, Giannis, he made some comments about being in a better situation if his situation at the Bucks is not good enough. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he's right. I think that the era of being in an organization for the rest of your career, it may be ending. Stephen Curry is different because they build around him. But like with Damian Lillard and Giannis, if you're not building around him, if you're not in championship contention every year, or every other year, then I think it's kind of hard. Kobe, he went through some years where like they probably wasn't the favorites, but Kobe is a different breed. Everybody can't be Kobe. I'm not saying Giannis doesn't have a similar mentality or Damian Lillard doesn't have a similar mentality, but they want to get to that promised land. Giannis has been there. He won a championship, but he wants to get back. Does he feel like he can get back with the Bucks? I don't know. He has some questions for the organization, and whether he leaves or not depends on whether they answer those questions correctly for him. Damian Lillard, they're not really building around him to the best of their ability. Who wants to come to Portland, Oregon? I don't know, not too many superstars. So he's trying to push his way to Miami right now. I think they can definitely be contenders there. So it's like that era of I'm staying on one team for the rest of my career. I think it's going down, and it may end one day. It may end because chasing these championships, like a lot of players, especially if you love the game and you put your all into the game, and like say if you get an injury and you got to battle through injury. I think all superstars battle through injury, but if you battling through injury, I think we don't talk about home life as much. You going home and you dealing with things at home, and then you have to play for this organization that's not giving you the help that you think you deserve. And Damian Lillard and Antetokounmpo have proven that they deserve help for their selective organization. So if that's not coming, leave. Yeah, leave. And I'm not mad at Damian Lillard because he used to tell people y'all running from the grind, but that's the opposite of what Damian Lillard is doing. He's in a situation right now where he doesn't want to end his career championship list. Like, he wants to win the championship. He wants to see what that feels like. And he is giving his all to the Portland Trailblazers. So I can see why he's leaving. Same with Antetokounmpo. He's giving them a championship. So now he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee. I promise you he doesn't. But he will if he have to. He will if he has to. And I know he said some things when he was younger. No, I'm not the one to be switching teams or whatever. But hey, sometimes things change. You say some things 5 years ago when you was 23. Now you 28. And your team, you probably made it to the finals or won, but your team needs to consistently be being better. And if your organization doesn't have the same mindset, or y'all not on the same page, sometimes you got to make a decision. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I think that's what Giannis is hinting to. So hopefully the Bucks organization can get some things done, get some players to help Giannis, because AD and Giannis, I think them on the Lakers will be good. I don't want to get too much into that because I could talk about that for a long time. But just know, if he's looking for somewhere else, the Lakers will definitely get rid of some cap space to give him that bag. Imagine LeBron on his last year, Giannis, and Anthony Davis. I'ma just take a second to pause. Just think about that. And for those of you who think that probably wouldn't work, that's crazy. That's, the word Stephen A used, blasphemous. That would be blasphemous. Because for any organization to not capitalize on Anthony Davis and Giannis in your backcourt, that means that is something wrong with that organization. Forget the Lakers. If Anthony Davis and Antetokounmpo was on the same team, on any team in the league, and that organization not being able to capitalize on a championship for that, it's something wrong with the organization. It's not with the players, unless they just don't play hard. I believe those two players can come together and be like, hey, let's work together. Let's do this. I'm good at this. You good at that. Let's complement each other. AD and Antetokounmpo, I don't need to say no more, bro. And if you think otherwise, I think you sound crazy. If you think otherwise, that's just me. We got Kevin Porter Jr. domestic violence. I said all I could say, not all I could say on TikTok, but I just think that it's funny that it's horrible. First of all, I don't think he'll ever play a lick of NBA basketball again, because he shouldn't. First of all, you beating up on a woman, you should never touch a woman. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with dudes that put their hands on women? Like you can't handle yourself. You can't handle your emotions so much. You gotta put your hands on a woman. That should never be a case in any situation. Any situation. Unless she just charging at you with a knife. Now I have to defend myself. If it come out that she charged at him with a knife or a gun or something that would like end his life, then I can see you protecting yourself. But you putting your hands on a woman for a disagreement. She says something you don't like. Like, even if she like, bro, it shouldn't be no excuse for none of that other than what I said. Your life is in danger. So I don't think he ever gonna play basketball again. He was on the up and up. I think the Rockets really liked him, but I think it's over with. It's really over it. And I think it's interesting that I know I got some flack on this on TikTok. People were saying it's not their business, but I think it's funny what other NBA players will speak on and what they won't speak on. I know that this is his business, and you know you don't want to get into the personal business, but why not come out and say we advocate for women. We advocate for anti-domestic violence, and what he did was not good, and nobody in the NBA should be doing that. I don't care if you think like, oh, he a sucker for talking about other people's business. I don't talk about other men's business, but I think it's interesting that, and I know it's different situations, but it's interesting that they came at Noah Lyles because he said some truth about y'all not being world champions, but y'all not saying nothing about even his teammates. Y'all not saying nothing about, oh, he bogus for doing that. So that's just my quick opinion on that. I don't think he ever playing basketball in the NBA again, unless one team just take a chance on him. But I think he done for, to be honest with you. But last thing I'm gonna say, Mexican government. Y'all thought y'all was finna get away with that fake UFO dial. But I'm here to tell you, we not buying that, bro. We not buying that. What are y'all doing? Like I'm over here looking at this. I don't believe that aliens are real unless they come down and really like show. Like, I just finished this movie Arrival, and I seen it before, but I think it's a 10 out of a 10. Go watch Arrival. Those are the real aliens. You feel me? And the basis of the movie, not to give up too much. Well, I'm spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. It's been out for years. But basically, the aliens saying, we came here to help y'all. So in 3,000 years, y'all can help us. It was so deep, and I'm not gonna tell y'all how they were being helped, this, that, and the third, but Arrival, go check that out. But the Mexican government, what y'all did was some BS. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got them fake little corpses of alien lookalikes on national television. Now everybody is looking like, oh my God, da-da-da-da. A lot of people was like, bro, that you can't fool me. Like, that don't look real. It didn't look real, bro. Come on now. And somebody from NASA in the United States said, hey, whenever we get some information, we share our findings with other countries. So all I ask for from the Mexican government is for them to share some DNA tests, their findings, something with us, so we can investigate further. Because he even was like, I don't know nothing about that. I seen the pictures, but we ain't got no for sure evidence, so that could be fake. That, bro, they was showing x-rays. They was doing all this little stuff. I'm like, dog, even if y'all found out in the ground, bro, what is that, bro? We don't even know. I think aliens should be the last thing on our mind. We got global warming. We got inflation. We got on the brink of war. Aliens, they trying to do stuff to distract us. Please do not. That's why I ain't post nothing about it. Please do not get distracted by this alien news. This fake alien news. Fake news. Like, I'm going to use Trump's word. Fake news. This is fake news, bro. Please. Y'all ain't even get me a little bit. I looked at it. I'm like, what is this, man? What is this? What is this, brother? Man, But that's all I got for y'all today, bro. It's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of sports, so it's gonna be a lot of content coming y'all way, bro. I love y'all. Appreciate all y'all support, and the most important thing in this world we can do, or one of the most important things, is to try to inspire other people to do whatever they want to do, because a little bit of inspiration could go a long way, y'all. Remember that. Mr. Game Changer signing out.